Hey guys, Sublord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Collector's Edition, quote-unquote, Collector's Edition, Platinum Chase. Oh, geez, Floyd Lawton, a.k.a. Deadshot. How intimidating of a name is that? Not Deadshot, Floyd. Oh my god, it's Floyd! Either way, this is of course brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, as well as the local friend who shall not be named for privacy reasons, because he was out of town one day and came across this whole entire collector's edition wave, but they were all the platinum chases. And unlike the Wrong Guy Gardner, this platinum chase was one that I definitely wanted, especially after checking out Toy Shiz's review of this very collector edition wave. The fact that he pointed out that this is a very Justice League Unlimited inspired version of Deadshot, I knew I had to have it, and have it I do. So shout out to the local friend who shall not be named for privacy reasons once again with a hookup on that one. That said, funny story about this. I was half awake when my friend actually found these, and my dad was telling me about them. He came in my room and was like, hey, our buddy found the Year 2 Batman, the Adam Strange, you know, the Buck Rogers looking guy, and Deadshot, but they're the Platinums. Do you want any of those? And I was all, Deadshot, because I was half asleep. And then later that same day, once I finally woke up and gained some sort of consciousness, I confronted my dad and was like, yo, was that some bullshit? Because I was half awake and don't know what was going on. And he was like, nah, what are you, crazy? I was like, okay, I thought it was some bullshit, but I just wanted to confirm it was some bullshit before I got my hopes up. And he's like, oh yeah, by the way, he got you the Deadshot. I was like, you son of a... So, with that being said, funny side stories aside, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Mr. Lawton, or should I call him Floyd, has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with a collectible trading card. The bio on the back. Long story short, was not the most relevant character until Suicide Squad was a thing. So, there you go. I know he was in the Secret Six too, with probably way better characters, but I don't have those handy to compare him to other than Bird, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to do comparisons as usual when I get these waves. So, as far as actual accessories go, we get a pair of trigger finger hands. We don't get a gun for him to hold, but courtesy of the weapons pack number 2, I got this sniper rifle looking thing. At least as I think it is. It's the closest thing to a sniper rifle I have. It's a realistic looking gun. He can hold it kind of loose though, much like the what's that dude called? The Rat City Deviant Spawn. His grip hand was kind of loose too, so not sure what's with the loose grip hands as of late, but maybe a little heat could tighten that up. That way it's not so loose. But unlike the Deviant Spawn, it doesn't actually fall out of his hand, so there's that. We also get some finger bang hands, which is always fun. Now, if he had just some regular open hands, maybe you could switch those out with the hands on the new Fidgetal Collection Dr. Fate, which I currently don't have yet. Kind of want the platinum chase of that guy too, but beggars can't be choosers. A Dr. Fate is Dr. Fate, so, you know, take what you can get with that character. He also has some interchangeable shooty pew-pews for his wrists, so he's not completely unarmed. On top of the fact that his arms are currently attached, he does come with his little wrist shooters here. So he's got the flames coming out of these. He's got bullets coming out of these. They're just regular blasty blasts. And then, of course, he's got the regular ones. because he's not going to have the regular ones. And how these connect, these little tabs on the side, you just plug them in, like so. They stay on there pretty good. This one's a little loose, but the other one's pretty snug, so there is that. Is that a bag or just something falling behind camera? There you go. This one is nice and snug. This one's a little loose, but oh well. It is what it is. It ain't that big a deal. It don't bother me too much. It's not just gonna fall right off, so that's a plus. He of course comes with the hockey puck display stand we're used to seeing with all McFarlane Toys releases. And as far as accessories go, I think the only other thing he could have come with is maybe an alt head. That would have been nice. But yeah, man, definitely Justice League Unlimited inspired due to the darker colors, the metallics on the gloves and the boots, and the silver on his head, which the regular one has a shiny finish to the head as well. That sounds gross, but you know what I mean. And it looks kind of funky because it's supposed to be a cloth mask. This guy, I'm pretty sure his mask is actually a helmet, so the metallic or shiny finish, in this case, makes sense. It works. So another reason I wanted this version. That, and I already have the DC Classics Deadshot from, was it the Chemo Collect and Connect wave? I think he's the only figure I have from that wave other than Chemo himself. I know my Dom Bay Black Canary was in that wave. Hopefully the Todd Father gives us her before he loses the license to Mattel again. But, yeah, I'm not going to buy something I already got exactly, so I'm okay having something a little different. And in this case, this is definitely different. It is not the same thing as what I already got sitting on my Batman Mattel shelf, so that's fine by me. But as far as his articulation goes, his head will rotate. My wrist will crack. His head can look up a little bit, down, tilt side to side. His shoulders are on those beautiful butterflies, so they can shift back and forth. They can pop up, not that far. Rotate all the way around. Not the tightest shoulders. He did feel pretty lubricated though, so maybe that's why. He does have a bicep swivel. Double elbow. That works okay. He also has hinge in the wrist, and since they are ball hinges, you can rotate them at the base and at the hand itself. I would say the only thing that really needs lubricant on these figures is maybe the waists sometimes and the wrists, especially when you're trying to pop them out. That said, as far as his torso goes, he's got the ball jointed waist there, and you get pretty good back out of that and forward. You of course get the diaphragm joint as well, which ain't loose on mine, but I'm gonna heat that up and pop that apart and try to adjust that ball peg a bit so it's a little tighter. But you can get a little front out of that, a little back. But yeah, I think there's some lubricant in there, and I don't need that in there, so I might do away with that and then put them back together. As far as his hips go, they can kick out this far. As far as this diaper will allow, they can kick forward about that far. You can kind of pop them out and get them out a little more, but kind of stuck. These things are nice and soft. They'll just get right out of the way. They're not fragile or anything, and you can't store nothing in here either. What the heck are these even? Are these like for these? This seems kind of weird. He's got double jointed knees, which are kind of chunky right here. Down here it's not too egregious. Then he does have a ball hinge ankle that will rotate, hinge, and pivot, as well as a toe joint. That is not too shabby on either side. That one's a little looser. This ankle is a little loose on mine, but beggars can't be choosers. It's the frickin' Deadshot I wanted. I'm not going to complain. As long as he's got all the right parts in all the right places, that's good enough for me. So, definitely stoked to have this guy. I'm kind of hoping I can get, again, that Platinum Dr. Fate or that Platinum Two-Face. That'd be really cool. Did I mention he's got a bit of a thigh cut, too? Because he does. That's kind of nice. But there you go, man. Deadshot. Floyd Lawton. The scariest name ever. Floyd! In a nutshell, I like this figure a lot. Contender for one of the best DC Multiverse figures of the year. And maybe figures in general. I don't know. We'll see. I would say between this guy and that new Killer Croc that I should have by the time this video goes up. Fingers crossed. Those are probably my tops for the DC line right now. I mean, I've already said I'm a Batman simp, so that should say a lot right there. But at any rate, before we ramble on like good old Led Zeppelin would, why don't we move right along instead and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Floyd. What a stupid name for a character. Lawton alongside the other characters available in this collector edition wave. We have Adam Strange and Year 2 Batman, both of which will be going up on the channel fairly soon, so stay tuned for all of that. But I have to say, despite the fact that we haven't looked at all three of these yet, I'm gonna say that this is one of the better collector edition waves from the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, because the Platinum Chases are nothing you really need, like Deadshot. I assume most people want the classic version. This one just does a little bit more for me because it looks like the animated version from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. And then the Batman, I think, will suffice for a lot of people who didn't buy the deluxe one with the graveyard. And Adam Strange, just a cool looking character. Very Buck Rogers inspired. But yes, the Platinum Editions you don't need in this wave, unlike past variants where, yeah, you might kind of want to have that. Green Lantern Corps, aka Tomar Ray, Arcus Shamuk, looking at you. So getting these two out of the way, so we can make way for our two regulars, Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, right there. Whoop, a little close. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, well, not towers in this sense, but he is a little bit taller. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and currently, I think it's safe to say that good old Floyd Lawton, aka Deadshot, here is a contender for one of the top, not just DC Multiverse figures of 2025, for those of you watching this in the future, but also top figures of 2025 in general, because not for nothing, despite the fact that I did get a Platinum Chase I actually wanted for once, I thoroughly enjoy this figure. I think the regular one would have had just as much of a shot as this one, but since it is the one it is, I think that gives him bonus points. I really do. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.